If you are struggling to find your edge, if you are still inconsistent in your trading, listen up. For so long, I've been stuck in this trading hell where I kept making money here and there, but I kept giving back the profits to the market. So as a result, I'll make $500 here, but the next day, I'll blow my account and I'll deposit more money and I'll blow my account again, right? So I was stuck in this vicious cycle of trading hell and I couldn't find any consistency in trading whatsoever. Here's what I personally did to get out of the losing stage, get out of trading hell. And these three things allowed me to be consistently profitable and scale to 7 figures. The first thing that I did was to develop systems and processes. You must understand that the biggest enemy in trading is you. It's you versus you. If you're not able to develop a mechanical system that eliminates emotions or guesswork, you will never become profitable because you will always be held back by your emotions, by some subconscious forces, by some psychological barriers. So if you want to be a professional trader, you need to get to that stage where you are able to exercise judgment in a sound and logical manner. You are able to take trades that lines up with your plan. And that only comes when you have a proper system. So seriously, the best thing that you can do as a trader is to find out what actually works for you, right? It's to experiment with all these different trading strategies, be it ICT, be it market mechanics, be it price action. Now, finding the right trading strategy for you is as difficult as finding your perfect lifetime partner. You're going to go through a lot of trial and error. You have to test out the different trading strategies and you have to test them out on different currency pairs. Because sometimes price action strategy might work extremely well on, say, Euro USD. But then if you try like another ICT concept strategy, it might not work as well as Euro USD and it might work better on, say, JPY. So it's all about finding your own unique edge, finding your own competitive advantage, the strategy that works for you, that suits your risk tolerance, that suits your lifestyle, that suits your personality, and then doubling down on that strategy itself. But before you do that, you need confidence. And how you develop confidence to execute your edge is by gathering data. Which brings me to the next thing that I did in order for me to have the confidence to execute my trade plan without hesitation, reservation, or fear. And that is testing. You need to treat trading like an experiment. And once again, what's the scientific process? The scientific process is you test a variable and then you gather data on it, you gather feedback on it. And then once you got that feedback, you go and test that variable again and again until you are able to find out whether the experiment is a bust or a success. It's the same thing with trading. When you are going through the apprenticeship phase, where you are testing out the different trading strategies, the different trading styles, the different markets, the different currency pairs, you need to gather as much data as humanly possible. Because only with data, then you can develop the conviction in terms of what actually works and what is bullshit, what is fluff. So once you find out your unique edge, you know exactly where to enter, where to exit, what time to trade, how many trades to take per day. You have managed to build that simple trade plan with a bunch of systematic rules that you can execute on a daily basis. The next thing you need to do is to test it religiously. You need to start back testing it, forward testing it, trading it on demo account, trading it on live account. Because when you start testing it under these different market conditions, under stress, this is similar to how an ironsmith forged a nice sword. You have to beat it very, very hard over and over again. That means in this case, you have to test it out over and over again because you can't just rely on one trade. You can't just rely on 5 trades. Just because you win 5 trades in a row does not mean that your trading strategy works. And just because you lose 10 trades in a row does not mean that your trading strategy sucks. You need a large sample size of data. You need to test it out over 100 trades, over 1,000 trades. Because only when you have such a large sample size of data, when you have tested it out over a large span of trades, then you are able to say with conviction what is the win rate of this particular trading strategy. And once you're able to find out that win rate, hopefully it's above 30 to 50%, then you can start thinking about ways to increase that win rate or even increase your risk to reward. So as you begin the testing phase, you want to record and journal every single trade taken. You want to write down what went wrong, what went right, what was your entry price, what was your stop loss, what was your take profit, and you want to obsess over every single tiny detail. A lot of traders say shit like, oh, don't focus on things you can't control, don't sweat the small stuff. But the thing is, the professionals or successful people that I know, they obsessively focus on every single detail. They are extremely anal. They are extremely obsessed with making that particular product perfect, which means they are always obsessing on the small stuff. Because they know for a fact that if they can control enough variables, they can make all the small stuff perfect. Eventually, they can mitigate or rather reduce the things that is outside of their control. And it's the same exact thing with trading. You need to track everything when it comes to your trades, and you need to obsess over every single minor detail and just jot down everything, be it the entry price, be it the stop loss, be it the take profit, be it I don't know, what time you are trading. You need all this small stuff so you know what to tweak in the future. So once you've recorded the results and the lessons from 100 trades or even 1,000 trades, the next thing you need to do is to just review it, right? And check what's been working for you, what's not really working well, what's your strengths and weaknesses, what are the mistakes that you commit over and over again. Once you have that awareness of yourself, then you are able to eliminate your shortcomings and your flaws and double down on what's actually working for you. If you're able to do that, then you will be able to develop a proven strategy. Just like the ironsmith, you will be able to get a sword that is clean, that is sharp, that is precise. Same as your strategy. And the reason why so many traders are not profitable is because they are not willing to go through this testing phase. Right? The thing about this testing phase is that it's not sexy, it's not going to be short, it's not going to be easy, it's going to be extremely long. You're going to have to do this shit even you don't see results every single day until you eventually have a proven strategy. And that's what turns most traders off, because we live in this age where we want stuff as fast as possible while putting in the least amount of effort possible. You need to go through this lengthy process of figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Once you're able to figure it out, then life gets easier from there, right? Then it's all about just executing your trade based on the criteria that you have set out for yourself. But like I said, you need to go through that long and arduous journey before you can get to the stage where you figure things out. If you're able to endure this long journey, you're able to overcome all the adversity and the obstacles the market throw at you, then eventually you will get to that stage where you feel like everything, all the weights that have been rested on your shoulders is getting lifted. Because now, my friend, you will have the undeniable confidence that you need to execute your trading strategy in the markets every single day, day in, day out. Once you're able to do that, even though you haven't seen significant results yet, even though you haven't made 10K a month yet, but you know that you are already one step closer towards your goals. You are one step closer towards the higher version of yourself, the trader who doesn't quit, the trader who is extremely disciplined and robotic. And that's the most beautiful place to be. Because once you get to that stage, results start coming. Yes, you are not going to become profitable overnight, but the thing is, you stop making the same mistakes that you used to make. And then you start losing less. And when you start losing less, that's the first sign that you're going to start to gain momentum. Because once you start losing less, you gain a little bit of confidence day by day, and then you move on to that break-even stage, right? Where every single month you are breaking even, or maybe you're just taking like small losses. Once you move on to the break-even stage, then guess what? You are so much closer to that profitable stage. And once you're able to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, then it's just a matter of scaling your trading to the next level, right? Because if you can prove to yourself that you can consistently make $1,000 a month, then you can make $10,000 a month. It's just a matter of how much capital that you need inside your trading account, right? So if you get to the stage where you are consistently profitable on like a live account, you are making $1,000 a month or 5% to 10% a month, then you want to challenge yourself by going outside of your comfort zones and start to use a bigger account, which means right now you could be trading on a 10K account. Then you want to challenge your limits, challenge your mental bandwidth by trying a 50K account. And then if you're able to handle a 50K account, then you can move on to try to handle a 100K account. But bear in mind that it's not going to be this linear process. It's not going to be fast, like I mentioned earlier. If you're able to handle risking 4 figures a trade, and you are not getting any emotions whatsoever when you are trading, then you can move to the next level where you are risking 5 figures a trade, right? But like I said, this process right here, it's probably going to take a few months because psychologically, you must understand that you are not ready for the bigger account, right? You are still stuck within your small room, looking at small numbers. You're not ready to play in the major leagues, right? So you need to gradually move it up there by starting to test your mind, right? By putting your mind under pressure. And once you develop the capacity to risk 5 figures a trade, that is when you are already better than 95% of the retail traders out there. Because by risking 5 figures a trade, I'm assuming that you have at least 100K to 200K in your account, right? That means you're already a 6 figures trader. And then once you get to the stage, it's a matter of resting or just going out there to build a massive trading empire by trying to scale to 7 figures, by reinvesting your profits into vehicles that bring you long-term wealth, by trying to go into different industries and trying to acquire pieces of different companies, or even just investing in stocks, real estate, crypto, or even restaurants. Ultimately, you must understand that there is a very high chance that trading alone will not make you a billionaire. You need to use trading as a vehicle to build up your cash flow. I'm talking about building up a large cash reserve, $1 million, $2 million sitting in your bank account. Once you're able to do that, then you want to deploy your capital strategically, right? You want to reinvest it into businesses, reinvest it into assets that will actually allow you to build long-term wealth, allow you to get passive income. Once you're able to get to that stage, then my friend, you will be able to build generational wealth from trading alone. Remember, trading is never the end game. We are trading so that we can get freedom, so that we can actually make more money. Once we get that money, we need to put it into use. We need to make it work for us, right? Because trading is all about clicking a bunch of buttons, analyzing the charts so that we can get money. So ultimately, we are technically still trading time for money. But if you're able to find out a way for money to work for you, money to work when you are sleeping, like I said, through investing wisely, then guess what? Your kids will be good for life. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've already made $1 million from trading, and right now I've already invested half of it into a software company that I'm building right now, which is ultimately gonna bring me long-term value that hopefully turns into a unicorn, and that will allow me to be one step closer to my ultimate goal of becoming a billionaire. And bear in mind, I've also invested the other half into my portfolio itself. Right now, since the start of this year, I've invested over $500,000 into stocks. I'm talking about Nvidia, I'm talking about Microsoft, I'm talking about SPY, I'm talking about bonds. So building like a pretty diversified portfolio, which allows me to tolerate the downturns of the stock market. And then this year, I'm also getting into real estate. Just next week alone, I'm probably going to be buying a $1.5 million penthouse in Singapore, right? Because Singapore housing is always appreciating because of the limited land that we have in Singapore. Right, so that's pretty much my game plan, or rather that's the game plan that I've been executing for the past 1 year or so. I haven't really shared this with anyone, I haven't really shared this publicly, but just know that mentally tough people, right, disciplined people, they don't find the need to actually flaunt their wealth or actually tell the world what they are doing, right? I'm not posting on social media every single day on like what I'm doing on a daily basis, but behind the scenes, I'm just grinding every single day, putting in the work, trying to master this skill set, still adopting this student mindset of the market, right? Because even if you made 100K from trading a month, you're still not it, right? The market will inevitably humbles you if you get complacent, right? So still adopting that mindset. But like I said, whatever money that I'm making from trading, I'm not spending it on lifestyle or getting like a car or getting like a fancy watch. I already have those things, by the way. And instead, I'm deploying them into valuable assets that will actually set me up for life. And that, my friend, is when you're able to transition from a solo trader in your bedroom to becoming a CEO, building a business empire. And that's pretty much my game plan. So with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Just wanted to keep things a little bit raw and unfiltered so that you can really understand what's going on in my mind, what's going on at the back of mind of like a 20-year-old multi-millionaire who made his first million at the age of 21, right? Understand that, like I said, it's not easy. You have to go through this testing process to figure things out. But once you do, life gets easier, and it's just a matter of scaling. It's just a matter of pouring more capital into your account so that you can actually make more money. But trust me, the hardest part is getting to that point where you can experience the exponential hockey stick growth. So yeah, my friend, if you're going through the suck right now, you are encountering countless of obstacles after obstacles, you are struggling to find consistency, you are in that stage where everything feels dark and you don't know what's going on, keep going. Because the only way that you can lose is if you quit. And just know that I'm proud of you. If you are doing this, you are already better than whoever that is in your age group, right? You are showing up every single day while others are talking about partying. Others are stuck in their conventional ways, going to school, getting like a nice job. But you are different. You know that you are not built for this average life. You want something greater from life. You want to accomplish what your heart desires. You want to work for what you actually value the most in life. And that, my friend, is the most courageous, the most respectable, and the most admirable thing that you can do as a young man or woman. When you are trying to chase your passions, when you are trying to pursue your dreams and goals, or the entire world tells you no. Actually, hold up. I just took a photo of a champion, an upcoming champion. Listen, you are going to be one of the greatest of all time. All right, you are going to be one of the greatest that actually touch the markets. If you can approach trading with that mentality, and you are able to obsess over this craft, trying to become the best trader in the world, not the one who makes the most amount of money, but the one who is the most disciplined, the one that is most focused and adaptable to the market, then, my friend, money will come as a byproduct. With that said, if you guys love raw and unfiltered videos just like this, just go down and click the like button and comment something. Actually, in fact, comment a topic that you want me to talk about in these raw, unfiltered videos. And I'll try to cover that in the next video because I genuinely love talking to you guys just like this. It just feels like I'm talking to my younger self, who is going through the mud right now and it's not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So it really makes me feel very purposeful and meaningful and fulfilled speaking to you guys like this. And also, if you want to get mentored by me personally, you want my help to scale to 6 or even 7 figures and become consistently profitable and become a professional trader, just click the first link in the description, apply, book a call with my team, and hopefully I'll see you inside the 1% Club. And as always, remember, you are just one trade away. Mwah.